Hi everybody! Today we're gonna talk and convince you to use 10 psychological theories to persuade people. So let's begin with the conversion theory. This theory tells us about that the minority can have a disproportionate effect converting many majority members to their own cause. There are four factors: consistency, confidence, unbased, and resistance. So if you are in the minority, don't worry. Find others who are like minded and teach them to be straightforward and consistent. And don't forget to be the voice of reason. The second theory is the information manipulation theory. This one talks about that if you want to persuade or deceive a person, you just have to break one or more of the four conversational maxims. The four conversational maxims are quantity, that tell us to bring the full information and without omission; quality, say that the information given will be truthful and correct; relation, tell us about that the information has to be relevant to the subject; and finally, the manner that recommend us to present the things in a way that enables others to understand. So, if you want to persuade someone, you only have to omitting information, going off the subject, and confusing the other person. The third theory is the reciprocity norm. This is a common social norm that says if I give you something or help you in any way, then you are obliged to return the favor. So if you need something or a favor, just ask for something in return, rather than having to wait for a voluntary reciprocal act. For example, some foundations donate something to people in the streets and then asking for a donation in return to the cause. And the fourth theory is the social influence. The social influence is the change in behavior that one person causes in another intentionally or unintentionally. There are three areas in this theory: the conformity, compliance, and obedience. The conformity is changing how you behave to be more like others. The compliance is where a person does something that they are asked to do by another, and the obedience is obeying an order from someone that you accept as an authority figure. So, if you need to change some people or convince them, you have to work hard in your social media. I don't know, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. So there are many other theories that I would like to talk to you about, but let's leave it to those who have already applied them. So let's see Diego and Catalina.
Thanks, Juan Pablo. Now we will talk a little about cases in which the rest of theories can be applied in real life. We will start with the hypothesis amplification theory. An example of this is when the cleric wants to persuade someone into a religion. He must be sure of the information he says and the attitude he is transmitting, so that the receiver believes in what he says. So, if you are sure of what you think and you say it with confidence, you will convince your audience. The following theory is useful to those people who are sellers. The theory is called the scarcity principle. It suggests that the audience is more likely to acquire a product when few of these remain. This theory can also be used in your day to day to convince people to do something, such as watching a movie that will be removed soon from the billboard. It has helped me. You should try. The last theory I will talk about today is the Yale attitude change approach. This is based in two principles. The first one suggests that You have to be more credible and have an attractive discourse to be persuasive. And the second one mentions that the order in which you are going to make your presentation or your speech is important. So, if you manage to be persuasive, you can achieve what you want. All these theories have changed my life because I apply these theories in my day to day. So now, my partner Catalina will tell you about the last three theories.
I love this one. It's the fourth one. It talks about priming. I use daily, I think. It talks about that conceptual priming occurs when related ideas are used to prime the response. For example, a hat can prime for head. You know, it's crazy, but you correlate everything you do on daily basis and persuade the thoughts of others doing that. I like it. If you like to sell things like me, this is the perfect one. The seventh theory talks about the sleeping effect. It means that the message that have little persuasion and credibility at the beginning of the talk gain persuasion when we left the focus on the seller and we focus on the object. This one helped me a lot in my perfume business. I recommend you. And I'm gonna talk you about the last one theory. This one is the ultimate terms. Certain words carry more power than others. This theory breaks persuasive words into three categories: good, devil, and charismatic. Okay, the first one is God terms. They talk about the terms that include blessing or demands obedience. The second one is devil terms. That's the words that cause disgust or contempt. And the last one is charismatic terms. That's the terms that are like intangible. Yes.
We hope this information is useful for you and that you can be more persuasive.